Okay, this is interesting. We're taking the 8, which is a bypass route. The 8 West goes to San Diego, and you can bypass Phoenix by jumping off the 10, which goes down into downtown Phoenix. And Phoenix is a flat grid city stuck on the desert. Very busy traffic-wise, etc. So what you can do is you can bypass by taking the 8 West to the 85, California 85. And then what'll happen is it'll take me back up to the 10. So this is gonna take about an hour to get to Gila Bend. Gila Bend. Oh, hang on a sec. There's a curve in the road. Gila Bend, where I will take the 85 instead of taking 10. I'm hoping to shave off a little time because I spent more time than I wanted to in Tucson, because I had kind of 2 lunches. I had that yogurt apple business and then the chimichanga and pulled pollo al pastor, rather. I'm trying to set this up so I can, there we go. And I've been having 75 mile an hour pace for pretty much the whole way, which is about really 82. But I've never done this. I've never done the 8 to the 85 before, so I'm curious what that'll bring. It's local time is going to be changing here pretty soon, because Arizona is different from California. I think it's because they don't do the daylight savings, so they're in mountain time for part of the year, and then they're, not sure how it works exactly, but I shouldn't have stopped for lunch, double lunches, because now I feel a little bit sleepy. So I haven't had a drink on this trip. I was just not wanting to drink, and I'm trying to lessen the drinking in general, and this is a good time to do that. I drink more in San Antonio because I don't feel happy there, and I use it as a sad crutch, to be honest, to just calm down and so on. I don't have any booze at home, of course. I only drink outside. And the last several years, because I didn't want to be drinking booze, which is hard on the body, I began drinking craft beer. And craft beer has become, of course, intensely diversified since the early 90s in NorCal, where I was. And it's exploding all over the country, so even in San Antonio now you have, and even as far away as like Athens, Georgia, small towns, there are brewers and so on. And one of the things is that has a culture of its own. I'm not that into it, to be frank. I enjoy what I enjoy. And I just had a Dragoon IPA. I ordered a Dragoon IPA with my lunch and a shot of mezcal. The mezcal is Oaxacan. The Dragoon was from Tucson. Wasn't that great, so I only had a few sips. I feel good about the fact that I only had a few sips and left the beer. There's a kind of absurd machismo in San Antonio among the beer culture. I guess it may be elsewhere too, but you're not supposed to ever not finish a beer. I find that absurd. And in fact, it chips away at the mind's ability to feel as if you're in control of your own desires. So I had a shot of mezcal and maybe not even a third of a pint of beer. And I had that kind of heavy food, a little bit of heavy food. This should be out of the sunlight. And I brought some leftovers back. My bartender, Francisco, was from Sonora. Very interesting fellow. He told me about the family that owns El Charro in Tucson, and I can see why it's so popular and it has such prestige in that town. Really beautiful place. The decor is lovely. I would really love to come back sometime, maybe on the way back through, and spend some time in there, Apparently it's not far from cats out there who want to drop a line about how much you love El Charro, you can do that. The road trip's going along pretty smooth. By taking this route, I'm avoiding some of that hot desert area, and I'm hoping the sun goes down here. It'll be about, I'm hoping 6:30 when I get to the 85, and that's at Gila Bend. So the sun will start to be going down. It'll be generally a little cooler. And I might just try driving pretty far through the night. I feel like getting another hotel room, but since I took a later time to start and I like the idea of driving across the desert at night, part of me feels like don't do it, just drive later, drive till 10 at night, and then find a place to crash. I don't need any food now because I've eaten twice. And I still have strawberries and some leftover vegan avocado chimichanga. So there's and water I have, so there's no reason to stop except for gas. Francisco told me an interesting story. His daughter apparently goes to school in Visalia, up there near the Bay Area. And I came in complaining about how, oh man, I'm tired, I've been driving. And then I told him I was going up to see my son in Oakland, and he said, yeah, man, I drove her there to go to school. And he goes, it was like 14 hours. I'm like, wait, you mean you didn't break journey? And he's like, no, man, just to stop to get gas, And I can't guess how old Francisco is. Francisco may be mid-30s. And I do think that middle age comes with that desire to break journey more. And to get 50. That's one of those dad things, right? Like, there's a story that's true. I once drove from Denver, Colorado. Wait, no, the other way around. From Buffalo, New York to Denver, Colorado in one sitting. That's 1,811 miles without sleeping. 1,811 miles. So that was 27 hours is what it took me. I mean, I stopped for gas. At the time, I was a cigarette smoker, so I had the windows down, and it was coffee and cigarettes, and cassette tapes in the thing, and you're just driving, and you got that was the road trip, in the day. I've driven from DC to New Orleans. I've driven from New Orleans to San Francisco. I've driven this stretch, but the other way around, from LA to San Antonio. I'm trying to remember the last time I went this direction. I don't think I took the 10 the whole way. Yeah, I broke off. So what that means is I took the 40. Like I went up in the middle of New Mexico to go check out New Mexico, which is a beautiful place, by the way. Turquoise Trail or something like that. And I ended up going across differently. So I think this is the first time I am driving the 10 going from San Antonio to Los Angeles. And in fact, now using this diversion. There's nobody here. It's really great. It's trucks and me. Because I think folks want to go to Phoenix that are out here. So I'm excited about trying this. I wonder if it will save me time. Because if I'm doing a triangle, then of course the 85 part is, the question is how far is that? Now since I'm just going to crash somewhere in the desert, that's my goal for tonight. My goal for tonight is I'd like to crash in the desert where I can see stars. I want to lay down and see some stars for a while. And then in the morning I'd like to swim in a pool or in a hot springs or spa or something like that. There's some pretty inexpensive hotels where you can do that. $65, $85, you don't have to spend a lot of money. So my plan was to kind of like achieve those two things next. Stars, which are still another 7 hours away now. Well, let's see, it's going to be West Coast time here in a minute. I'm not sure if that clock is even right. I have no idea what time it is. I didn't even know it was Saturday till this morning or rather this afternoon. I went to park at El Charro and they have paid parking on the street, and I went to put money in the meter and the guy came out, the maitre d' came out and said, nope, Saturday, you don't need to pay. I was like, great, is it Saturday? Lebowski joke again there. I don't know why I'm doing this. and I don't think it's necessary to know why. I'm bored on the road, and I'm enjoying talking, and it's fun to think that there's someone listening, even if no one's listening. I mean, viewer counts tell me there's no one listening, so it doesn't really matter. But vlogging is an interesting way to feel somehow that I'm connecting to someone else. I don't even imagine who you are yet, because I haven't heard anything from any of you, but day 2 of the road trip, I hope you're enjoying it. I'm MTK the Talktopus, taking the Phoenix bypass route. Pew, pew! Phoenix bypass route. 8 to the 85.